Hello, welcome to my daily watercolor painting video, day 9. I started this series because I think it's super important to paint consistently, to paint regularly with watercolor. So I set myself a challenge to paint at least 15 minutes every day, because then I have no excuse that I'm too busy. And this is something that sadly I struggle to be consistent with watercolor. Today I will be testing different papers. I will be painting these lovely flowers that I'm lately really into. And I will be painting on cellulose paper and on a cotton paper. And I want to also figure out what's the best way to paint those, how to make them like look loose, and just generally, try to improve my technique, I guess. I just want to quickly show you because I really like to see progress, and I've been painting these flowers for a few days now. This is my first attempt, and I'm just like it's nice for me to see that, like, look, this looks kind of timid. Sorry about the light, by the way. It's supposed to be 28 degrees today, so I'm trying to film a different time of day, and the light is kind of not as good. Anyway, when I look at these ones and then compared to these ones, I like them so much more. There's so much more contrast, and just generally, I'm more confident painting these. This was my like first attempt really, and yeah, I don't like them but it's nice to see progress. So anyway, without further rumble, let's try testing different papers. I don't really have a fully like plan what I'm going to do. Maybe I probably need to clean my palette first, so sorry, I'm not prepared, bear with me, I'll be back. Okay, so I'm going to start with my two favorite colors, which is Permanent Rose for this one anyway. I'm using Permanent Rose and Cerulean Blue. I really like the purple they create. So I'll just be using these two colors. And I just want to figure out how to make them, the petals, kind of nice ruffled edges. Anyway, I think I need to start with the dark and center. Should I actually mix those two together? You know what? I'm literally going to turn this into purple. Right, if I start with the dark center, you know what? I'm already regretting it. I should have added blue to the pink, I think. Anyway. Yeah, I don't think I should really be narrating what I'm doing, because right now I'm not really sure what I'm doing. I'm just messing around. Okay. Pink. And now I'm going to add some water to the edges. Now the problem with the cellulose paper is that it dries so fast, especially on a hot day like today. And it's hard to add more color. I made this too watery. Because I'm trying to paint fast, I'm making mistakes and I'm not really mixing my colors properly. This just turned into a disaster. I think I'm overthinking this. No, I don't like this at all. Tell you what, I'll try another technique. I'll see if I lift a little bit. So I'm just scrunching a piece of tissue. Because what I like to do to make like delicate flowers, it's nice to also lift some paint sometimes, create this like a crinkled effect. But if I switch maybe to a smaller brush and make a thicker, because I don't like how this turned out, if I make a really thick mix, let's see if I can make it thick. Now clean the brush. And okay, this is fairly thick now. No, it's not thick enough. I don't know, we'll see. I don't know. Just want to add a bit of contrast. But I think at this point I'm just overdoing it. Right. Let's see if I try to do similar thing on actually a cotton paper. I'm still not sure what I'm doing, so it might also end badly. So I'm starting with a thicker mix at the bottom, which I already decided is a bad idea, but see, I can't make it thick enough. Okay, it just something on. There we go. Oh, this is frustrating. Anyway, if I want to get better, I need to practice. So I'm just going to try to believe in the process. Right. I basically put the pink down, didn't I? And then added water. But yeah, definitely starting with the dark center is not a good idea. It's better to add darker center to the wet paint, I think. So I'm gonna switch to the smaller brush. Where's my small brush? Here. And let's add a thicker paint and see if that rescues this. Strangely, the other actually seems to look better than this one. I don't know. This is way overdone. Just use a piece of tissue. I think the tissue really rescues it the most, but I don't like this blob here. I think I need to cover it. I'm going to have to fix my puddles because I've just been messing around with them so much I don't even know what I have anywhere anymore. I need this to be more purple. I should fix this a little bit. Maybe two. Right, so cotton paper and not cotton paper. So I think this one actually turned out better. But yeah, generally very messy. Let's try that again. Right, I'm going to fix my puddles. And what I'm going to start with is just a layer of pink, and then I'll start adding the blue. And I will also use a tissue. Let's try that. So first I'm going to prepare my mixes. I think actually I will only prepare the pink one because the blue I want to add it thickly. Do I? Yeah, I think so. Right, let's just try this. Okay. And then I'm going to add thicker pink as well, straight from the pan rather than from my mix. Okay. So kind of watery pink on the cellulose paper. Just lay it down. Do I add blue now or do I spread it? I'm going to add water now. Spread it a bit. Don't overthink it. Okay. I'm going to switch to the smaller brush. Add a thicker blue in places. I don't think this blue actually works. I think I'm going to have to switch to a different one. No, I don't like that. I mean, the purple is nice, but when it's actually just blue, I'm not as keen on it anymore. Right, now thick pink, just a little bit of death. And I think I overdid it. Oh well. Right. Let's try the cotton one. So, fairly watery pink. Clean the brush, add water. There we go. Oh, I didn't use tissue on this one, did I? I'm going to have to quickly do that before it dries. There we go. If I break this down a little bit. Oh, a little bit too regular, but yeah, somewhat better already. Anyway, right, so this one, I was adding blue. And then thicker pink. I don't know. Nah. I know why I don't like this. I didn't do water. Right, let's scrub that. Or did I do water? I don't remember anymore. Right, let's scrub this and try again. Okay. Pink. Water. Kind of like the shape now. Now, I feel like the blue will ruin it, because it has in the previous ones. So I'm just going to try to contain it within the pink. And don't add too much. Maybe just this. And then thicker pink, kind of make it look like it's darker on the bottom, but don't make it too kind of constrained, too regular. And a piece of tissue to lift. Okay, so I still have a long way to go. Let's just compare these two, because obviously after watercolor stops doing its thing, you know, it kind of still spreads after I paint it, so they look a little different. So far we've got, was that cotton? Yes, that was cotton. So far we've got this. There's not much difference really, but I have been painting fairly well. I mean, when between cotton paper and cellulose paper, but I have been painting quickly. I'm going to switch to Winsor blue or Taylor blue. Let's try Winsor. Do you know what? I'm actually going to test which ones I think will work well. Right, so I still want to use my pink. Let's just do 2 swatches. So, should I use Winsor blue? Or should I use Taylor blue? Hang on, because I added too much blue. I'm not really sure. You know what? I'm going to switch to yellow. I'll do yellow and pink because I'm feeling a little bit discouraged by this. I'm not sure why. Anyway, they will look much better after I add my metallics and my pen. You know, that rescues any ugly painting, and this is what I usually do, ugly paintings. I'm really hard on myself. Oh, anyway. Right, let's try, which one is this? Cadmium yellow? Let me have a look. Yeah, cadmium yellow. So I will try my lovely pink with cadmium yellow. So I'll start in the same way. Add some water. And then a smaller brush. Thick cadmium yellow. Oh, it's already drying, so yeah, it's not gonna spread here. So this is already a disaster. We'll add some pink as well. Thicker pink on the bottom. Yeah, this is already very dry here. Can I somehow rescue it? Not sure. Let's do a bit of a Sometimes I like to draw with the brush a little bit. I think that's actually quite nice, isn't it? Right, now to add a little bit more like interest to it, I'll scrunch this. There we go. Started disastrously, but I don't like this edge, but I worry that if I try to soften it with the brush that I'll kind of make a mistake. What if I just... you know what, I think I'm gonna have to soften it. Like, right. So a brush that's not too wet because... Oh, there we go. I blended it a little bit. Excellent. Maybe the yellow as well. Right, this is too controlling now, leave it. Okay, right, let's try with the cotton paper now. So we start with my pink. Why are you so messy? Right. I quite like this shape so far. Now with the wet brush, but not dripping, just add some water. There we go. Quite like the shape of this one, how it all turned out. Now I'm gonna be afraid that I'll screw it up, but hey. Oh. Anyway, I'm starting to kind of ease into it a little bit because I've done so many now. Like the failures are not as painful. Right, now a thicker pink. I like to add it to the bottom. And I'm going to do that thing that I did here when I kind of drew with the brush a little bit. Just make it a little bit. There we go. Like this. Oh, I need to still use the tissue, don't I? Although there's so much white space. I'm not sure if it will actually help. I think I'm just going to leave it, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to let this dry. Actually, saying that, this might be dry already. Yeah, they're dry enough. So I'm going to add my metallics now, and then I'm going to add some ink, just like I was doing with these ones, because I just love doing that. I need to decide which metallics I want to add to these ones. I often do silvers and golds, but I feel like maybe let's just do something subtle today. I've been using these ones yesterday. I did like that. I think I'm just gonna go for this. Let's just wake them up. So I'm just spraying some water to wake them up. Okay. And I need to use my dedicated paintbrush for metallics because you really get stuck into the bristles. They're quite hard to wash out from the brush metallic, so I just have dedicated brushes for them. So I'm going to use this purple color, which is fairly transparent, and I'm just going to add a little bit of sparkle. This maybe should have gone like somewhere on the bottom. Maybe a little bit of a can you actually see it? I'm not sure. Oh, anyway, let's just carry on. Right. Okay, I'll just leave it at that. Let's do this one now. Right, maybe some at the bottom. A little bit. Here. There we go. Don't overthink it. Next one. Are you guys dry? You guys are a little wet, but I'm going to risk it. Still trying to figure out the best way to use these. Right, and this one. Okay, I already did now. Right, what about these ones? Should I just add gold to these? So I've got these golds that I could add. I think I'm just gonna go for golds because I can't really decide. Let's go for this one. Go. Okay. Right, okay, I don't want to overdo it. Right, so I'm going to let this dry and then I'm going to add some pen around and hopefully I can actually make something pretty with them, but we'll see. Okay, so now I'm going to use my 2 pens to turn these flowers into something more like this, hopefully. Anyway, we'll see. You know what would be funny if these were worse than the ones I did before. That is actually quite possible. But anyway, I'll do my best. Right, so I like to add a little bit of a dark here, then here. So I'm using 2 pens because one, when you press, let me just show you maybe on have I got any scrap anywhere? Maybe on this. There we go. So this one, when you press, you can press lightly and do like a thin line, and then when you press stronger, it makes a thicker line. And I use this one for just thinner, more delicate lines. Okay, that will do. Which one's next? This one? Doesn't really matter, does it? Okay, so much better. This one and this one, for example, isn't it? Much more contrast. I don't know, I'm not really feeling this one. Maybe it's the shape, it's just this one's more at an angle. Let's see this one. Yeah, I'll leave that like this. The longer I do it, the less I overthink. Sometimes it's actually a disaster, like with this one, it's a little bit messy and but hey, it doesn't have to be pretty if it's fun and if you feel kind of free doing it. There we go. Should I do this one as like an open one? overthink it. Don't overthink it. Leave it like that. Right. Yeah, I'm not sure about this one. I think it's because I didn't add metallics to the center. I don't know. Just generally didn't really plan for this one to be open. It's kind of hard to. No, leave it here. Just overdoing it now. Okay, so here we go. Not a disaster. Not my best. But that's what practice is, isn't it? You know what? These are so much better. Is it because of metallics? I'm not really sure. Jesus, what is happening in my belly? I definitely added way more pen, didn't I? Maybe I should make them darker. Should I? Okay, let's try that. This one's getting a bit messy now. Okay. How do I rescue him? Goodness. I've not had breakfast yet. Can you actually hear my belly? It's rumbling so much. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave it and have some food. Hope you enjoyed it and hopefully see you tomorrow. Happy painting!